And your host, and today I'm talking with Erica O'Grady of Peanut Butter Media. Now, I've got to ask you, before I let this show slip away, how did you choose the name Peanut Butter Media?
It's really an interesting story. So the method agency was my name, and I was really upset to let it go. It was a really hard emotional struggle for me, and I felt really sad about it. And I was sitting at this coffee house with my best friend Matthew Wettergreen, who is he has a PhD in bioengineering from Rice.
Wow. Really
great guy, and he's the co-founder of Caroline Collective, which is where I office. It's a co-working space, collaborative co-working space in the museum district. And I have an office there, and it's wonderful. And he and I are sitting there talking, and I was like, I really want to start another company. I have no idea what I'm going to call it, and I'm so at a loss. And he's like, I really like peanut butter. And I was like, I like peanut butter too. What are you talking about? He's like, well, you know, peanut butter, it spreads and sticks. And I'm like, that's brilliant. So Peanut Butter Media evolved, and Monica Dana, who's a local, she works for Halliburton, she does PR and marketing for them, was there at the tail end of our conversation, says, yeah, Peanut Butter Media, making ideas stick. And I was like, wow, in 2 seconds we have a company name and a tagline. And they're brilliant.
They're brilliant.
And they make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And they're memorable and remarkable. And
yeah.
It's all about being remarkable in this business. And
yeah.
I think you asked me earlier about the word viral.
Yes.
And viral is really an adjective, like I said, and people get confused. They think that you can make and create a viral video. You can't. What you can do is you can create something that's unique and different and hope it becomes viral.
Right.
And so if you learn that lesson, that it's about being unique and different and remarkable, because people will remark on something. Seth Godin talks about the purple cow. And the purple cow is like you're driving along the road and you see brown cows all the time, but if you saw a purple cow, you'd remark on it because it's new and different.
That's right.
And that's what you're going to try to be as a business. And there's so many ways to do that, whether it's through customer service, like FreshBooks did, with sending flowers to someone who didn't expect it, or whether it's through writing a amazing blog post or interacting in a new way we don't expect, like Congressman John Culberson interacting and answering Twitters from people directly, not having his staff do it like Obama did with Twitter. Obama's the #1 Twitter user, but it was all his staff.
Right.
Versus here's a real politician really interacting. Same thing with David Wallace. Here's a real politician really interacting. And he's great. David Wallace is actually blown up on Facebook. And that's really his medium where he's getting tons and tons of people interacting and talking to him.
Yeah.
And it's David Wallace who's writing comments on Facebook, not David Wallace's staff.
And which is so nice is because the secret of doing it is doing something very quick and short. Like in Twitter, how many words you've got?
140 characters.
140 characters, and that's it.
That's it.
But you can get enough of an idea across that someone will follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, you can send links, you can send all kinds of things. You can post pictures. There's a service I use with my iPhone called TwitPic. And I can take a photo of you and post it to Twitter, and everyone can see it live right now. And I can say on Twitter, this is what I'm doing. And if we had like a live feed behind us, I could show you that here's what someone's saying, and they're all talking to us right now as we're sitting here having conversations with us, people all over the world. My friend Jim Long is on Twitter. He's New Media Jim. He's actually the head cameraman for NBC who covers the presidential detail and flies all over the world on Air Force One. How interesting is his life, and how wonderful that we get to share it with him.
I hope he's got one of those expensive phones.
Oh, absolutely.
With a good video on it, yeah.
He's actually got a few.
All right.
He's got a Nokia N95, and he does a lot of live streaming and things like that. And so that's really awesome.
It is.
So you get to experience things that you couldn't experience before, but you also have this outlet now to build relationships and build your business. But you got to do it smart.
Yeah.
It's not about sending messages, and it's not all about you. It's about how I think the most successful way to network and to become successful is to make the people around you more successful. If you can make everyone around you more successful than you are, which is something I'm really good at, and I'm glad I'm good at, and I'm also really good at finding talent. Exactly. I'm good at picking out people who are going to be talented before anyone knows who they are. And that's something that I've been really lucky to be able to do. Is I say, that guy is going to be the next it boy. And it turns out he is, and then he's on the cover of some magazine, and we're really good friends. And that kind of builds your, again, social capital. But it's not that I'm doing it on purpose. It's just that I love talented, remarkable people. And I like to surround myself with talented, smart, remarkable people.
That's why I do this show.
Absolutely. And as a business owner, how can you do anything less?
Yes, right.
And if you're not, then, you know, maybe you're destined to fail. Because I think that it's not just you alone, and if you think it's you alone, then you're going to have a really hard road. I've done a lot of stuff on my own. I can take a credit for the things I did because I did them well, but I also know that a lot of what I have was about being in the right place at the right time when opportunity struck. And I took advantage of the opportunity, and I kept up with those relationships, and I followed up with the people, and I followed up with the ideas, and I kept that momentum going. And it was because of all those people that I was able to be successful in anything.
You springboard.
Absolutely.
What is the famous saying, I got to where I am by standing on the shoulder of giants?
Yes.
We all can't do it by ourselves.
Absolutely. You become like the people and ideas you hang around with.
Yes.
You want to become great, hang out with great people. And I am so lucky because the people I get to hang out with, and I was at the store the other day about to buy a book by Guy Kawasaki. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but as I like to tell people who don't know him, as Trump is to business, so Guy Kawasaki is to entrepreneurship. And I twittered that I was going to buy the book, and Guy sends me a direct message immediately. He's like, don't you dare buy that book. I'm sending you an autographed copy. And it's those kinds of little things that you say, how lucky did I get to stand in a place where this person who the world looks up to.
You just decided to send a Twitter as you're standing there in the bookstore.
And he said, don't you dare.
Twitters you
well,
back.
He's a friend.
He's a friend.
But it's crazy. He's a friend because of Twitter. I was on his panel at South by Southwest last year. I've had him on the show. But part of it.
So your Twitters automatically come to you because he has you selected as a friend.
Absolutely. And so it gives you a reach and a power that you didn't have before. But it also saved me $40, which isn't a big deal.
That's not.
But again,
it's just one more reinforcement.
Yeah.
That this type of social media does work.
Right. And
That
think
is
about
wonderful.
that for your business.